Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. I want to start off by saying, like, what's your favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie? I actually just watched a new one last night that, like, I'm really into, some, like, exorcism movies,
Okay.
like, possession ones. And so, a friend of mine showed me The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Okay.
It's like, one that came out a few years ago. It's a found footage one.
Okay.
Sort of, like, fake documentary, like, style. But it's, like, it's especially creepy. And, like, the woman who plays the matriarch who gets, like, possessed.
Okay.
She just, like, once you see her, she has that, like, look to her that you're like, ooh, she's gonna be scary.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay, actually, it's crazy because I really one of the main reasons why I asked you that because I want to have a scary movie night with a couple people.
Okay.
And I'm just like, what's a good movie that's out right now? Because I feel like I feel like I'm so used to scary movies right now.
Yeah.
And it's gets like formulaic because I used to, when I was younger, me and my dad used to watch everything.
Okay.
Everything together. And now that I'm older, I'm like, well, I still like scary movies and all these things, but nothing's really piqued my interest except Hereditary.
I can watch that movie like
So many times.
almost as a comfort movie. Isn't that weird?
No.
It's like the woman's in the ceiling, like doing the hacksaw, and
Girl.
you're just like, I feel good.
But what about that flower gown? That's what really gets me, like, together. When I saw her in that flower gown, I was just like, oh my god, you are
Yeah.
literally so stunning. It was one of those things where it was like, I really wish that, because I went to school for theater,
Yeah.
and so I studied everything, and that was when the movie my teacher was like, you have to watch,
Yeah.
if you want to see what real acting is.
Okay.
I know. I was sitting there, I was
School
like,
for theater.
yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Don't we love it?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like so many theater departments are similar.
Yeah. What was your theater department like? Did you have like one of those, like, did you ever have like a really intense teacher?
No really intense teachers. We had teachers that were just like way too long in the profession, just like kind of gave the vibe of like was an actor for a while, didn't really work out, so
Yeah.
they decided to start teaching instead.
Drag them. But true.
But it's kind of what happened. And so with like that vibe with like some of the teachers, it just like they weren't actually like really interested in like our success,
No.
ourselves.
No,
stuff like
they were
that.
interested in that money, that bread.
The money, that bread, and like maybe having like a little control over their art again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Well,
know
I
what
mean, during school is the most time you can play. Like, it's the most when you can, like, do whatever you want. Because once you get into the real world, you, like, I mean, that's why I think a lot of people who do theater usually go into drag.
Yeah.
Because they do like that, like, sense of, like, bitch, that vision that I see on stage
Yeah.
is me.
Yeah,
So who's going to
yeah.
mess it up besides myself?
Yeah, there's a big reason that like, cause like I was doing theater professionally for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then I fell out was just cause like I wasn't able to like really like control the whole vision
Yeah.
of what I wanted to make happen, and like I was doing theater down in South Florida, which is really like geared towards like the older crowd down there, the
Yeah.
retired crowd. So it's a lot of classics. It's a lot of like
Like musicals. Would you
classic musicals, yeah, but like also just like ran by like older people that are just like they're not in touch, you know?
Oh, yeah. Would you say that you're a musical theater girl?
Yeah, I would.
I love to say that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite musical?
So I always have such a long answer for this because I hate picking one.
Okay.
But
pick top three.
So top three, in like the Sondheim category, I'm a big fan of Follies. I know it's not a usual Sondheim to pick.
No.
Look me in the eye. No, it's not.
No, there's this other one that he made that like people, the Assassins.
Okay. Assassins.
It's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I am more of a straight play type of person, but keep going.
So yeah, I really like Follies. I really like this one musical, Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812. Yeah.
I got to see that on Broadway with the original cast. Except no, that's not true. Not the original cast. I had one person that wasn't there, and it was Oak. Like the person. Like, he was switched with Oak, and then the show got closed right after he went. Like they said, it was like very racist, and then like immediately shut the whole entire play down because it wasn't doing as well.
It was wild how like that whole production just like fell like didn't even like really like try to like fix anything.
No.
Just canceled.
Also, y'all, like, I don't know if you've heard, but like that show was apparently super dangerous too.
I bet, because like that set was like
Intense.
everywhere.
And the things people have to do, the flips in the crowd with the violin, honey, what? But also, like,
but so exciting.
I know. It's one of those things where like I love no matter what anybody says, like, or how cringy it can be sometimes. I love theater.
Yeah.
Like, you can never really take the theater out the girl. It just kind of goes back a little further because you kind of know, like, if you're not into theater, you kind of get annoyed after a while.
Yeah. I mean, there's little that compares to like a nice like live performance that's like just like really hits all the marks of like being connected and like entertaining. Like when it hits all of that, it's just such a like intense, visceral like experience.
Yeah. Especially like there was one of my favorite musicals is Falsettos.
Okay.
I really wish it wasn't. But like when I was listening to it, I was like, I'm these gay people. This is the only type of gay people you can be.
I haven't gotten too much into falsettos, although I do know that one song that the mom sings.
Breaking Down.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Stephanie. Yeah. It's Stephanie J. Block.
Yeah, I know. Like, oh, she is so good in that. Like that, I've watched that video a bunch of times of her.
I mean, it's a masterclass on how to change beats and acting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she is very, very good. And like one thing about musicals, a lot of people, I keep saying a lot of people, but one professor of mine was like, musicals, they don't really give you that like that acting. They give you that theatricality acting, not that real acting. And you know, everyone's different. Everyone has that little divide. But I'm also like, could you just not sing?
Well, now we're asking the right questions. But yeah, because like I don't think musical theater acting is quite so different. It's like maybe a little stylistically different, but like it's still all coming from like a real place.
Exactly.
And like it's still like you have to work on it and study it and like think about it in the same way.
Yeah. It's and like at the same time, I've done a few musicals, but I've done more straight plays because I can't sing that well. So
same.
You know, I was August Wilson, my baby daddy. I was in Fences.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I was reading that script and I was like, ooh, some juice.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you read a script and you open it up and you're like, and you see your character, you're like, I'm about to eat this up.
I remember there was one show that I did in college called Talk Radio by this author, Eric Bogosian. And yeah, when I had the same experience opening up a script and it's just juicy, dense, a lot of like good shit to play with.
Yeah, but the thing about those plays is you go home with a lot of like insecurity of being like, I know that moment. There was a moment.
Oh yeah, you're thinking.
You're sitting there like,
yeah.
Was I in the moment there? Da 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 da. And then everyone's like, you did such a great job. I was like, you don't know real acting, please.
Oh please. No, don't.
Don't.
You didn't see that one part where I didn't do and it's just
that one.
You don't get it.
You don't get it exactly. But let's go to Stephanie.
Okay.
Where did she come from? Was Stephanie always inside of you? Or was it like a drag persona that kind of like?
It developed over a little bit of time. So like I started like playing in makeup and like wanting to do drag a few years ago, not performing yet. And then I had thought my name was going to be Magenta Foliage.
That's kind of sickening.
It came from like some sort of inside joke between me and a friend. But quickly moved on from Magenta Foliage and we jumped to Annie Christ. Which it's kind of
that's kind of cute,
but it's also like looking it up on Instagram, a few girls are named Annie Christ, and then also I realized like I didn't really want to like come across as like a darker queen, an alt queen much, so I was thinking of another name. We went through 5 names. Okay. Next was Mix Hoey. Okay. Now, Mix Hoey came from the fact that, like, back in the day, when I was in middle school, I used to go by the name Joey. And the most popular girl in school turns to me in Spanish class and goes, your name in Spanish, would it be Hoey?
Please!
And, like, that stuck with me. That ingrained into my brain. And so I was Mix Hoey for a little bit. After that, I went to Ma Swamp, and I had a little Shrek drag moment.
Okay.
I had the ears. I did a few, like, videos and, like, a sort of Shrek drag. This is a digital drag area. And then we
just
finally
talked about that.
Oh yeah,
digital drag, that era.
It was a lot. It was.
I feel like now every queen will have a skill of editing.
Yes.
And
I have a green screen now.
And the thing is, brand deals.
Yeah.
Think about it like that. There's a lot of things. With editing, you can get a lot of different things out of it, such as like making podcasts.
Well, look at there.
Yeah, but keep talking. Yes.
So yeah, and then it was my swamp had a little Shrek moment, which was ridiculous. Realized they're like, I didn't want to come off as like always dirty or anything, or like that I was gonna be grungy in particular.
Yeah.
So then I thought, okay, let's go back to the most popular girl in middle school.
Okay.
Let's think about her. I wanted to like take the name that she gave me. What is a name to me that screams the most popular girl from middle school?
Stephanie.
And so I was like, perfect. Moniker, that's it. One name. I like the idea of like queens on the mic or kings, hosts being like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stephanie. Like, just that name. It's so simple and like very like not too exciting, but like said with a bunch of excitement. It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so like she's like, the idea is that she's the most popular girl in middle school, all grown up.
I love that.
Yeah.
Not middle school.
Middle school. She wasn't the most popular girl in high school.
Okay.
She fell out.
Girl, let me tell you something. I remember that period of time when you go from middle school to high school. And the thing is, everyone at my school, I went to a very small school. And so like when I went for that transition from middle to high school, I went from like middle. I always stayed kind of like middle, like very much not the least popular.
Yeah.
We get invited to some parties, except the really big ones.
Yeah.
But like, Stephanie's like a name that really pops. Like to me, like it's like, but also at the same time, it's like Stephanie, like you know, it's casual.
It's
but
sort of
also
girl
hot.
next door, but like very simple, hot. I really love where I landed with that. Definitely, we're done changing names. No more. I have my friend Neutral Gina. She will sometimes joke like that like is another brand change coming up soon.
And you're like, no.
And I'm like, no, we're done. I promise.
Never say never.
Well, I think if anything, my next like if I do an exchange, it would just be like my own name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I have recently like went and changed my name to Skylar because I wanted to go something a little bit more androgynous, but also like I didn't like every time I heard like my other name, it was very much like a ping in my ears. And I was like, this is not feeling. I'm not feeling it. I want to be sexy and hot, and especially like if I want to really decide to like do drag, because you know I'm right in that stage of being like I like makeup. I like putting on these type of clothes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I want to do drag? You know the tea when you're in the middle of being. I
know. Yeah. I was definitely like when I was playing in makeup and like thinking of doing drag, it was also like that gender experience.
Yeah. When you're sitting there, you're like, I feel like I went through a lot of like periods of being like gender is very confusing.
It can be,
or like for me at least.
Yeah, I get that.
Where you're sitting there, you're like questioning everything, but also at the same time, you're like, I'm going to be me, whatever. No. And then you go home and you're like,
lying awake at night thinking, wow, I got into drag and then I stayed in drag for hours alone in my apartment because I felt pretty. I wonder what that means.
Oh my goodness. If you didn't spell that experience out for me too, bitch, you did not need to clock me that.
Like,
you're sitting there like, I'll wait right tomorrow.
Yeah, I had quite a few moments of those where I was just like, I feel really good when I'm like presenting more feminine and like, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I feel like, especially, at least now, I feel like it's a lot, at least, I'm saying at least now that I'm in Chicago and not in Ohio or Michigan.
Okay.
I feel like I've been able to expand a lot more because everything's not so close-minded.
Yeah.
And a lot, like, and I've kind of, like, meshed myself more into the queer scene of Chicago where it's like, everyone's like, you'll figure it out.
There's so many non-binaries around here.
So many non-binaries. So many non-binaries.
We're filled with non-binaries.
Yeah, filled with non-binaries.
But yeah, I could definitely understand that. I'm from Florida, and so we all know what's going down there right now.
Don't even talk to me about Florida right now.
Yeah. So definitely, yeah, for me too. Coming to Chicago was like a breath of like fresh air, but also like even just like I can breathe. Like oh my goodness, like this is fulfilling. It's different.
It's different, and like it feels like that. And I was gonna say it doesn't feel like you would ever get made fun of here. That's not true. I've met a lot of people that think they're jokesters, but also at the same time, like I feel like when I got here, like you could feel like a lot more of a warmth to it, especially when I've kind of went from I was going to like very popular like Sidetrack and like Roscoe's at first, and I remember that being there, and I was like, this don't feel right. And then I went to Berlin, and I said, wait a minute.
Wait, I think I found it.
Am I queer? Yeah. I was like, yes, because when you first get here, you're just like, at least for me, I was like, I'm the only gay, nah. And then I was looking around, I was like, hi, yay, I don't know. This is not feeling right.
Yeah. I've actually have never gone to Sidetrack. I was warned pretty quickly. I was like, maybe that's not the spot. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was shown Berlin as my first. Actually, my first club was Queen. Was the Party Queen at Smart Bar. That was my first club experience in Chicago.
Girl.
And that was wild, especially before the pandemic, back when they had discounted tickets, which they should bring back. Because now it's $20 and the girls can't get in.
What about, I'm like, not even during Pride? We can't make it to that?
No, nothing. It's just like, but anyway, it was back in the day. You can get in for discount, and like there was like, everybody there was like dressed up and gorgeous and queer, and like it was wonderful.
Do you feel like there has been a change of like things that have happened since you've gotten here?
I mean, yeah, I got here like 2019.
Okay.
In June, summer of 2019, and I started going out more like at the very beginning of 2020, and then everything shut down. So like we went back inside, and like it was cool before, although I didn't know too much of what was happening. I was like just starting to meet people. Yeah. And then the Chicago, the Black Drag Council's town hall happened, and so that whole change happened.
Okay, we actually, that's when I got here, when the Black Town Hall was starting to get built, and whatever happened at Progress. All that crap happened. Like I first walked in, and I was walking my little happy ass. I was like, ooh, rap music, let me get up here. And one of my friends was like, don't go there. And I was like, because you know the tea, but it's very interesting. Like I just feel like the nightlife scene here is so like diverse, and especially and the drag scene really. Yeah. The drag scene, you could go into every single club is a completely different vibe.
That's true. That is true.
Like you'll go like Scarlet to Berlin to Roscoe's, and even Roscoe's now is changing a little bit too. Because I went to Mayhem.
Yes, yeah. They have Mayhem going right now with Bambi and a Queer Pride, Bambi, Jay, Abhijit. And they do great shows. And then Cora is also like hosting the Saturday brunch at Roscoe's, and so like there's like now like a few like producers and hosts in there that like are a little bit more in touch with the scene. Like back in the day, like the only person that ran Roscoe's was really like T-Rex. And so like I mean T-Rex ran everywhere. I mean that's just how it was.
That's really interesting.
Like T-Rex had quite the hold, but
girl.
Yeah. But now it's like it's a little bit more split up between people. There's not just one person, and like and they're putting together like good shit.
Really good shows.
Yeah.
And you know what else is a really good moment? This break right here. We'll be right back. Ooh. Okay, we're back. With a cute little segment number 2. Welcome back. It's good to see you. It's almost like we didn't go anywhere.
I think I was sitting here the entire time in between those segments.
That was this
is a really comfortable chair, by the way.
I love, like, it's so nice. You just get to sleep. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. I've been wanting every time I move, I'm like, should I throw these chairs away? I'm like, but they're so cute.
But they're so cute. Like they're so cute.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna get them restuffed.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Get them restuffed and like just like if I were like I got these in college from like a really close friend of mine.
Yeah.
And they actually got these from a garage sale like 4 years ago. They're like, we saw these and we thought of you. And I was like, I'm never getting rid of these. And I held their hand and the pandemic started.
Me and my friend, we found this like couch in like the alley right next to us 2 years ago. Yeah. Gorgeous. Like it looks like a 1910 like style couch. Ooh. Yeah. I just want to get it like reupholstered, do it up a little bit, but like I love finding. You always have those couple furniture pieces that are like, I cannot. And
sometimes, like, it's. I think it's probably, like, the hoarder in me a little bit, where I'm like, I need to keep it if it has sentimental value.
Okay.
That's why I have too many clothes right now. I have that full closet, full chest, and this closet. And, that's a lot of clothes. And I throw away at least, not throw away. Sometimes I donate, unless it's, like, ripped. But, like, I either donate or throw away like a fourth of my clothes every season.
Wow. Yeah, I actually am trying to like hold on to things now. I do like to throw stuff away. Oh. I'm really big on like get it out of my room, get it out. I can't see it anymore. Like just throw it away. And so I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, maybe I should like hold on to a couple things. Yeah. I don't have to like completely slough off like everything every time that I have to like move somewhere. Yeah. But yeah.
No, I find myself getting like when I see something that like I wore at one event and I'm like, now that friend we don't hang out as much anymore. I'm like, oh, I love this piece. I remember this piece, and I'm like, and it's one of those things. My mom was like, you have to get rid of this tendency, and so I've been trying to slowly yet surely, but. Slowly is the main part. What I just said first. Slowly.
We're taking our time.
We're taking our time. A moment.
Yeah.
I want to play a game with you. Okay. And it's this game that I've been seeing all over TikTok, and it's this rating game of, this person is perfect except this one fatal flaw. Mm-hmm. And so we are going to rate this person. Okay. We're not even going to, like, just imaginary people. Okay. But I'm going to give you maybe 3 or 4 scenarios, and we can both rate them at the same time, or we'll figure it out.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
This person, perfect. Yeah. Almost 6'4". Trump supporter.
Oh, 0.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
0.
Fast, no.
No. Okay.
No, it's immediate turn off. Like, the well is dry. Like, yeah.
Ooh, one time I went into this gay's house and I saw this little Trump thing. I said, let me get out of here. It's giving very much get out.
Yeah.
Same 0.
0.
We're gonna make this one a little bit harder. Beautiful skin, great breath. 5'1", and only eats Taco Bell.
10. I love my short kings and queens.
Yes.
And if you only eat Taco Bell, there could be worse things.
True.
There could be worse things. I mean, Taco Bell is known as the healthiest fast food chain.
You're right.
It is known as the healthiest fast food chain.
One of my friends worked there, and they're like, they actually kind of use real ingredients.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Not a thing, like kind of, but not really, but like kind of, like it's good enough to eat.
Yeah. But yeah, 10.
10.
Down.
Okay. Okay. Video game addiction.
Okay.
On Reddit. Not gonna say why, but just always on Reddit. And like you see that they're on Reddit, but you don't know what they're talking about. Great smile. Great hair.
Okay.
5'5".
Okay, this is actually kind of describing some people that I've dated before.
Please.
I would give like a 3.
A 3.
4. Yeah, it's just like a video game addiction, like one that like maybe like you can't like even like get through to them. Yeah. I'm an attention person. Okay. I need people to look at me, tell me I'm pretty. Please.
Okay, no, I get you. Yeah. I see you. I like video games. Don't get me wrong. We can hit a little Mario Kart here and there.
Yeah,
I can sit there play. And the thing is, I can watch you play video games, but you have to talk to me. Like there is no headset on.
Yeah.
And like, unless I'm not home, there's no headset on.
Yeah. And then the whole Reddit thing is like, what are you doing on there? Like,
I know, that's why I said it has to be a secret because
what's going on? What you writing there, buddy?
What you doing? That's a paragraph.
That's a lot.
Yeah, like
you have a lot of thoughts.
You have a lot of about what? They're not telling you. It's my business. Ooh. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Secretly looks through your phone.
Ooh. I think that'd be a 0 for me.
Really?
Yeah. If they secretly look through my phone, like I don't have anything to hide from them. It's just like why I don't, because that sounds like a bunch of trust issues, and that sounds like bigger arguments to me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah. I would give him about a 4.
Okay.
I think that in my mind, I'm like, I can deal with that because I'm not going to do anything that you're not going to like, but also you don't trust me.
Yeah.
Like trust, like without any relationship, any type of relationship without trust is nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm very big on trust. I am in like a few relationships right now.
Okay.
So yeah, trusting each other, communication is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, if I find out that like somebody is looking through my phone secretly, yeah, it's not good for me.
Okay. Last one.
Okay.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Not even perfect. Like let's just say 5'10".
Okay.
Terrible breath, bad teeth. Great personality though, really nice. Really nice to you.
I really like I really like kissing.
I mean, bad teeth doesn't mean bad lips, but bad breath.
No, but bad breath.
True.
Probably.
I'm gonna say a 6.
I was gonna say 6 too.
I'm gonna say 6.
6, 7, yeah.
Yeah, because like I can. Maybe a 5. Bad breath is really hard for me. And like the thing is, I can deal with like smoke breath, tingy breath.
Sure.
But like onions, bad breath.
Bad breath.
Like bad breath. Yeah, like that couldn't be for me.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of like a minty fresh like moment either.
Okay.
But like just like don't taste like anything.
Truly.
Just don't taste like anything.
Just tastes like.
Brush your teeth. Drink some water.
Water.
Okay.
Exactly. Drink some water and look and be happy.
Be happy.
Be happy. Exactly.
Be fucking happy.
Be fucking happy. Get rid of your depression 2022.
Okay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Exactly. In 2022, no more depression. Like my mom told me that once, She said, look to me, she was like, come on, you really got it? I was like, you're right. Come on.
Not that come on, really.
Oh, you're gay for real?
Think about that.
Okay. Let's get into your petty story. So, what's been one of the most petty things that you've done? Or something petty that's happened to you?
Something petty that's happened or something petty that I have done. I'm trying to think. Little petty things. Ooh, I'm having a little trouble on this one. A little bit petty.
Take your time. If not, I always have one glocked and loaded in my back pocket.
Why don't we unload that Glock for a second?
Let me get the Glock out.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm gonna say this. There was this dress. Ooh. There's this dress at this place that I may or may not have worked at some point in time. And when you work in a store and something's really cute, but you can't afford it right then and there, but you still want to get it, you put it aside or hide it. Not saying I do that.
No.
Sometimes I do. Not gonna lie. And so I saw this person pull out this dress, and I remember looking at them, and they were looking at me. They're like, "What do you think about this dress?" And I looked at them. I'm like, I don't know. It's not really not feeling the color on you. Not really feeling the color on you.
Yeah.
Not really feeling the color. you're beautiful, but just and like I'm like, and it just wouldn't hit you right. Like we have so many other cute dresses that look good on you, and I remember sitting there and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But then I got the dress and it looked really cute on me.
But then it's yours
yes,
now.
And then it's more, and then I bought it, and then it looked cute on me. And did I see them in public again? Yes. And you know what I said? I said, well, I never said it wouldn't look good on me.
No. That's so good. That's so good.
No,
I'm glad that you got that dress, though.
The thing is, in my mind, like, I still made them look stunning.
Yeah.
Of course. It's my job. Like, you have to make them, I will always make you feel confident.
Yeah.
But if it's my dress, in my mind, it's not our dress. There's only one left. And so that was one of my petty moments that happened recently. And I realized, and the thing is, I've kind of been having to think about the little petty things I do because, a little bit petty, I always have to say another one. And I'm just like, damn, like, I'm a petty person, but we're on episode 27. And I'm just like,
I just keep on naming them and naming them.
And I'm just like, damn, like,
that's so
maybe
funny.
Maybe my name goes with my. I'm just like, okay. But also, like, it was something that, like, we both look good, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. Because I wasn't gonna be petty enough to make them look ugly, but I was gonna be petty enough to keep that dress for myself.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I should employ that. I've given up things that I've wanted.
That's the thing. You can't give up things you want, even though in actuality it was not mine. It was not mine.
But like in your reality, it was.
In my fantasy, it definitely was. And that's what I always say. Like, when you feel your fantasy, and I tried the dress on too, and it looked really good on me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't have $80 to spend on something.
Yeah.
And that's it. Sometimes you don't have $80 to spend on something.
Okay.
But you okay? You got something?
Yeah, I've got something. So I was working at such and such job.
Okay.
Fill in blank name of it's like a upscale 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Of Chicago.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the worst jobs I've ever had.
Ooh, girl.
Worst jobs I've ever had. But I was like the orders person, so I was on the phone a lot talking to customers and stuff like that. And one of the customers calls because they get an order in, and they had gotten a hummus plate, their poor little hummus plate. Okay, had some veggies on it and stuff like that, but the veggies they got mixed in with like the other hummus, and so it was a little too messy for them.
Oh. And
so they're calling to do an entire like reorder, redelivery, and everything, which like I don't have. That's not my job. That's like I don't have the jurisdiction to allow that. And so like I was trying to explain to her for a while, but eventually near the end of our conversation, I was so fed up. And like I found like coming back from lockdown and stuff and going back into customer service, my patience has run
it's zero.
So
I don't like nobody.
I don't like you.
No.
You're coming up to me and I'm already like we're enemies.
Not you coming up to me for me to do my job for you right now. Cut.
That's ridiculous.
I'm on the clock, but I'm not mentally on the clock.
Yeah. But she was getting like a little loud with me and like upset with me, and I was trying to be as calm as possible. And eventually, and a little bit of like a petty moment, I decided to let her have it.
Love that.
And I let her know that like I said, I'm sorry that a hummus plate has ruined your entire day. I really wish that like my life was ruined by a hummus plate sometimes, but it's other bigger things for me. Yes! And like I started like rolling, and like I said a few other things, but she went quiet. She went quiet for a second, and we ended the conversation there. But like actually like taking control of like that customer service situation where like you have a customer that's in the wrong. I
feel like managers.
What? What is it?
You know how like I've only worked a few jobs in Chicago, so like the managers that I'm talking about is very small.
Yeah.
But managers love to like sit there and pretend the customer is always right, And you're sitting there like, not them being disrespectful to me, to you, to every other employee, and we still gotta be nice to them?
Yeah.
What is that? Like, I feel like there's like so much. I hate fake niceness. I hate fake niceties, and I hate like when I have to sit there and just because I don't want to lose my job right now. I'm in a recession, but if you were a real person, I would kick you down the stairs.
Yeah.
But you know, that's life.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, I'm lucky to be at like a different customer service job now, where actually like it's pretty decent. Okay. Management is good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it right now. It's the best day job I've had yet.
Okay.
Which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, that other one, it was just like bad management, bad corporate. Like, for instance, our AC went out at the beginning of summer.
Oh my gosh.
They never fixed it. It was 90 degrees and humid inside of a store that we're selling food at. Disgusting.
I get that.
Disgusting.
And like, do you think I'm not gonna work? I will serve pass out. I will. Y'all.
No, people were having to go home because they were dehydrated and like were getting like sick and like queasy at work.
Don't let your customers get sick and queasy. I mean, your employees get sick and queasy.
Your employees, yes.
The people that you want there. Please. No. I feel like sometimes people can be so cheap. I'm like, why are you I get it. Like, being a manager is tough, but I'm like, are you really going to be a manager that doesn't care?
Yeah.
For this corporation that you know doesn't care about you, why would you do the same thing to other people?
Yeah.
But it's a chain thing. You know, everyone, it's annoying, but like a lot of people do it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait till I get out of it. I can't wait till I get to sit out of that terrible chain. Yeah.
But hey, I mean, at the end of the day, you've been booked and busy from what I've seen.
Yeah, I have.
And so, who knows when that's going to be, but hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed.
My fingers are crossed. Actually, my toes are crossed too, but you can't see them right now because I'm wearing shoes. But I'm putting that good energy out there and manifesting.
Thank you so much.
If we both manifest at the same time, something has to come of it.
Yeah.
But you know what we're going to manifest? This break. We'll be right back. Ooh, okay. Ooh, wait, ooh. Oh my gosh.
No, they have a mind of their own. They do.
The Big Titty
Committee. It's true.
Hey, y'all. We're back. Hi. It's good to see y'all. What do you think that... I just really jumped into it, but I do have one more question. What do you think, like, your biggest influence of drag is? Like, if you had to pick maybe a time period, a person, who really inspires you, like, your everyday?
There are a couple people. Okay. One is Lucy Stool. When I came to Chicago and I saw her, she was like, I mean, she's another bearded girl. She serves. She's so gorgeous. Big girl too. And like, yeah, I really see a lot of, I don't know, I get a lot of inspiration from her. Another one is, probably like my other one would be Charlene Incarnate.
Okay, I've never heard of her.
She's a New York girl, and she is incredible. Like, her live performance is so invigorating and so enthralling. It's like that level of like presence and like oneness with the audience and like the space is something that I strive for each and every time I do drag. It's just like, yeah, I remember seeing her and just like, it was delicious. I also like, when I first saw her, it was on an Instagram story where she was with her friends in a bar and she was just like giving shows to like her friends. Like there wasn't a show going on. There was music playing and she was lip syncing and tossing on around all over the pool tables and flipping her hair around and being wild, and like her tits were coming out of her dress and like she was serving the entire time. It was like and like invigorating to watch. So yeah, those two in particular are definitely like influence. Like,
yeah.
I love them.
Would you say that you're ever inspired by like, you lean towards an era at all?
Certain era, I kind of like to bounce around. I do like to go with like the 80s a little often. I like a nice blown out pink blush, a nice like big hair. It's delicious.
The bigger the blush, the closer the God. I hear. I love like when everything's red right here. I'm like, oh my god.
Yes. It's delicious, and like you just look so rouged and
you
yummy.
kind of like a natural like cute blush when you like smile or like
Thank
it's
you.
like it's like a little pink. I wish I could blush. I wish I could blush. I mean, I'm just black, but like,
not that.
like whenever my mom, like actually I'm saying that, but my mom blushes, and like I'm looking at her, I'm like, I wish, and she's like, aw. Tell your daddy. Poor thing. Ask your daddy about it.
No, I can lean towards the 80s. I can also do like I like a nice like mid 2000s red carpet girly.
Okay.
Like the skimpy little spaghetti strap dresses.
Yes.
Like a nice like side parted layered hair.
Yeah.
And then if we're going real back, I love Victorian era.
Yeah.
A nice cinched waist, huge bustle, like the way that like that era in particular, if you look at some of like the pieces, like it just feels like each like gown was so specifically cut, so specifically sewn and like put together. It's just really gorgeous work.
I really wish we could bring like I think that's one thing I love about the queer scene is we try to bring that elegance back into like a more like compared to that minimal style.
Yeah.
But like because like imagine like we are walking out in those now. That'd be sickening.
I mean,
I felt like
I think about those outfits that they wore and I'm like, and on a day like today where it's 90 degrees out, those bitches were out there in like petticoats and bustles and like floor length.
And then they would get made fun of if they sweat. What?
No. Could not be me. I am so glad that I can walk out in like my little short shorts and a little crop top and I can like be nice and comfortable outside.
True.
But yeah, definitely like those eras in particular do speak to me.
I actually very similar reference points. Victorian fashion, I feel like that comes from like theater for me. Like Ernest, like that's not Victorian. Ernest is a little bit later than that.
It's like Edwardian, like around the same time period, like very similar like styles and fashions.
There's this, and I'm forgetting the era right now, but like there was this one era that if I ever start to do drag, I want to bring that in where they used to have these sleeves that used to like touch the floor every time they walked.
So like Renaissance or Restoration or something,
like kind of like that time period. And every hat was like so pointy, so structured, and I was like, this is what I want because
the
like
opulence, the grandness of it,
exactly, but also like the looseness of it. Like I love the casual, like beautiful. Like whenever I think if I ever like 100% do drag, I want to like give that essence when you walk into a room. Like, yes, I'm the prettiest bitch here.
Exactly.
And like I could thing is, and sometimes when I like go out and do my face and do my dress, I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm the only one. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm not the only one.
But you have to feel like that. Like when I see a drag queen in particular, like I'm like, I hope and pray that you feel like you are the only drag queen, the only woman in the world right now.
Yeah. The thing, like I keep bringing this up, but if you are not in your fantasy, no one's going to believe your fantasy.
Exactly. That's what I drag is selling a fantasy.
Exactly.
And so like, you have to commit to it so we can. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very much like you have to get not only into the mindset, but also like, and I guess I also look as I look at drag as a lot of finding yourself within the character. Like you talked about it, finding that character and finding how you expand on it, who they exactly are, switching names, kind of finding that aesthetic, because everyone goes through the different times of being like, maybe I'm not like a pageant queen. Maybe I'm not like a grunge queen. Maybe I'm not until you find exactly who you are. Yeah. Or like, you just copy someone else.
There's a lot of girls out here doing that. But
I mean, with the amount of people now, it's hard not to reference someone else.
I mean, yeah, like you're always referencing your friends and like the people around you, what you see, what you take in. But then there's some people who are just like straight up stealing.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna name names or anything, but there's people.
I mean, you can name names.
No, I can't.
I'm just kidding. No.
We could talk after and later.
No, we're not gonna be messy right now. Come on. No. I mean, it's a little bit petty, not a little bit messy. I'm not trying to ruin too many careers. No, it's true. I mean, originality is really important when it comes to art, period. Like, if you're not trying to give a new perspective, then what, like...
Or just, like, just, you know, sit down and come up with something.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is, like, of course, sometimes something might look similar, because, you know, especially when you first start out. I feel like if you're first starting out, everyone...
Yeah.
Same. But, like, as you get, like, if you're 2 years in drag looking like everybody else, I'm like...
Yeah.
How it makes you different. Even when that comes to any type of art, but, like, what makes you stand out versus anybody else? That's the question of every single day. Like, what makes you not like an NPC, if that makes sense?
I find that, like, when you're getting into art, like, and you're, like, starting to, like, practice a certain art or whatever, the first step is usually always imitation. You're always, like, I remember when I was younger and, like, I was, you know, performing, I would see people that I liked to perform when I was, like, I don't know, a kid, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
I would see people that I liked perform, and then I would try to do what they did.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so, like, when you're starting to draw or something, you're trying to, like, imitate real things first. You know? Yeah. That's always the first step, is trying to imitate. And then you grow out of that and find, like, your references and, like, also your own voice and, like, how you can expand and grow. But, like, definitely, like, imitation is, like, I think, a step in honing your skill. However, you should not be selling it.
True. I 100% agree with you. I think that, I mean, and it's hard because, like, you will see everyone with very similar faces. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I'm like, but what about your face is different? Like, like, the thing is, I mean, and you can only do so many things to your face before, like, it's like, okay, like, this is kind of getting ugly. But, like, at the same time, like, try things out. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like drag and, like, art in general is all about failing until, like, you find it. Mm-hmm. And when I was in school, like, my freshman year, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't the best actor. You could not tell me. Like, I walked into that audition, and I did a monologue from The Crucible, and let me say something to you. Who did I think I was, being 18, 19, thinking I could be a full-grown man, John Proctor, looking at the dean of the school, screaming at her, screaming, because I didn't learn that you had to, like, look at a point in the wall and, like, kind of not, like, make your judges feel like people are already uncomfortable. Yeah, and you're looking them in the eye. I was sitting there, I was like, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna serve it to her. And then she's like, could you try something a little different? And I was like, and that shook me. I was like, I'm not perfect. The first time.
That's wild.
But also at the same time, you know, I got cast in the show. Very small role. Because she was like, you have presence. She was like, but you need to refine it.
Yeah. Refine.
And I was watching the movie too.
But stuff like presence, let's talk about that. Stuff like presence is hard to teach and get out of people.
True.
That stuff is hard. So, like, yeah, she made the right decision there, because, like, yeah. That's a lot more difficult to teach than, like, you know, look here, you know, maybe you try this out or whatever.
Yeah. And the thing is, you can tell when someone has presence as soon as they walk into a room. And the thing is, and not everyone's presence is exactly the same. Loudness does not mean presence. A lot of people think that. You do not need to, scream when you walk into a room to be present. Sometimes it's about being regal. Sometimes it's about
being in the moment.
Exactly. Or just being yourself.
Yeah.
Like, people love when people that are themselves. Yeah. Like, I love when you see a queen, like, or any type of person, like, perform it, and you can tell, like, this is them. This is their jam. This is their song. This is their moment. Yeah. Have your moment. Yeah. Like, you can, like, it just feels so much different than when, like, something is rushed.
Yes.
You can always tell when something is rushed.
I said recently on Twitter, I said something that was like a drag performance that, like, is like the performer knew the song for years. They've listened to it over and over again. You can tell, like, it's a part of them. Will, like, surpass any sort of, like, big idea
Yeah.
that like you could come up with for drag. Like a performance that is so deeply connected to the person that really reveals something about them.
Yeah.
Ah, delicious. It's delicious.
And the thing is, and when they come together, when a good concept comes with a knowing of the song, it just feels so good.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's and my, I guess my like least favorite type of thing is when people like a song will become popular and people immediately do it. Yeah. I'm just like, do you know the song? I mean, you know the lyrics, but do you know the song?
Yeah.
Do you feel the song? Are you like, and also at the same time, like, make your check though.
Yeah,
like, there are certain songs people want to hear. But
yeah, there are drag performers out here trying to make their money and like, you know, trying to make rent. And so like a lot of times, a lot of like bars and audiences are looking for the top 40, the newest track. Let's hear it in the club and let me see you split. Like, and you know, there are drag performers out there that will like fill that out and like,
and that's good too.
Kudos to them. I could never do that myself. That's just not.
What's your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform.
Or like
right now, it has been Sunday from Sunday in the Park with George. Like the big choral Act 1 closer.
Like, I'm trying to remember. It's like isn't like. That's the one where, like, artists are bizarre, sick, cold.
This is the Act 1 closer where it's the entire cast and it's like, they're like, it's like, pausing on a Sunday.
Okay, yes. I kind of know this one.
And, yeah, it's a wild number for me to do, but it's kind of like what we said where it was just like, it's a song that I've known for a very long time, and I really, like, adore the song.
Yeah.
I adore the intricacies of it. I adore like the lyric, where it's placed, the meaning of it. But then I decided to take the concept that like, what if I did this song and I made it like a very cunty drag performance.
Yes.
Where it's just like I'm hitting like all of the marks, but I'm doing it in like a really like sexy, like very like focused, fierce way. Yeah. So it's just like this loud choral orchestral sound with this beautiful like drag queen in a cheetah print jumpsuit, like looking at you like she's about to have sex with you.
Yes.
Like, and it works really well. Like I've done it a couple times now and like it's been received well. So yeah, that's probably my favorite song to perform.
Yes.
And I love performing like big orchestral songs because they're unexpected but so powerful.
True. When a song is good, like there's just something about like when a song is not only like it's good meaning to you. In musical theater, I feel like I ever since I've gotten here, I have not seen a single. I have been to a lot of drag shows and I have not seen a single musical theater like number.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not true. One, it was Vanity. I think Vanity Unfair, and that was it. I've only seen one.
Yeah, I do like Vanity's theater numbers. She does a great job with those. But for some reason, you know, there is like a feeling about doing theater songs and drag amongst drag performers. I just think it's like it comes from like that stereotype of like theater, that sort of thing, and like therefore people are kind of afraid to do it. But like if you do a theater song right, like. The thing about theatrical songs is that they're theatrical, they're dramatic,
and they have
they have like a lot of stuff to play with, and if it's done right, it's good.
When I have been thinking like for Sunday in the Park with George, very, very. This is one of my favorite songs on any type of soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you, you're like sitting because I think it's Bernadette Peters.
Yes.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Like, and the things that she could hit, and you're sitting there like, why wouldn't people want to have those moments when it's like kind of funny?
Yeah.
Like sometimes like, and the music, I feel like music for right now is sounding a little bit similar-ish. Mm-hmm. And that's probably just because, you know, times are changing. No.
Yeah, I think that's just like a sort of cycle with pop music too. Yeah. Like, pop music because it's popular. Like they're gonna try to like keep recreating the same thing until like somebody does it again, but a little differently.
But when was the last time we've gotten a good ballad, like a really good ballad in the past? It feels like it's been forever. Yeah. Unless it's a musical theater.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of one unless it's Adele.
Yeah, I mean Adele has her albums, but even like the last one, like she released that one single at the beginning, but I can't even recall the name right now.
Yeah, no, I think it's Water Under the Bridge. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that. But
something like that.
Like, not one of the biggest artists in the world were like something like that. I don't know.
Sorry, Adele. I love you so much.
You're so amazing.
You're
actually,
beautiful.
When I tell you I actually love your music, because
Adele's watching.
Adele, thank you. We actually clipped this and just sent it straight to her. Like, hi. at her.
Yes, exactly. And she's like, oh, thank you, lovelies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like even, like, with Adele, like, this album was a little more somber. Like, a little bit more, like, it wasn't the same, like, ballads that we were getting before.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that's not in popularity right now.
Uh-huh.
We love the sirens. We've been hearing sirens all day today.
Here's my question. Why do ambulances and fire trucks have to be so dramatic? What's the big deal? Why? Like, do you have to get somewhere?
Like, where are you going?
I don't get it.
Like, where are you going?
I don't get it.
It scares me. And then I have to get out your way too. Okay, rude.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even get to say, excuse me,
I literally wish that I could just run around the world screaming like you do. But I don't. Okay?
But I'm also like, I feel like, true. Like, ambulances in this one in particular, since I live so close, I hear it once an hour.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it. Like, save the person.
I get it. You gotta do stuff.
Girl.
You gotta do things.
But also, like, I recently called 911 earlier last year for my mom, blah, blah, blah. Everything's good now. Uh-huh. They took 30 minutes to get there. I'm like, well, if you're not going to get here on time, then, like, you're 20 minutes away. Why take you 30 minutes to get by? Like, no need to ring that siren. I remember I was sitting there. I was like, my mom, and they were like, we're on our way. And then they got there. I was like, what literally took you so long? They're like, hold on. I was like, it is.
Not the hold on. They're like, pause.
I was sitting there. I was like, it is 4 a.m. And do you think that I would call you at 4 a.m. if it wasn't serious? But also, you know, living the life of a doctor, I don't get it. You probably become desensitized over a while.
Yeah.
But, like, so frustrating.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I get the need to, like, want to help people out, but, like, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And even though I said this could be our closing segment, we'll be right back.
Oh.
Yes. Welcome to the final moments of...
I'm so sad.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm so sad.
Where's my... I don't have any tissues near me.
I don't have any tissues. It'll be okay, sister.
Oh my God, thank you. But the future. What's happening? What gigs we got coming up? What we want to talk about?
So coming up is, we're in Pride. So Chicago is a drag fest. Is coming up on Friday, the 24th. Mm-hmm. And then on the 26th, I will be a judge for a little under 21 competition happening at the Annoyance.
Okay.
I will be there with Lori Lightfoot, not the Lori Lightfoot, but like a little impersonator.
Love that.
It's cute.
I can't wait.
So Lori will be judging, as well as Twink Trash, and then hosting is Arigato and Neutral Gina. It's gonna be a really cute gig. Nice. I'm very excited.
That's a really, really, really. First Twink Trash.
Yeah.
Their
looks are like beyond. Huge, ginormous looks that are like, how the hell did you make that?
Such a good cast. Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm excited. And like, we gotta help out the kids a little bit, you know? Girl. Let's see what they got.
Come on. See what they got. Let's see what y'all can do.
Come on, freshmen.
Come on, push them. You really want to do this? You really want to do this? Look at my heel. Look at my feet.
My friend told me, like, Stephanie, just, be nice to them. I was like, I'm not going to be mean to children, but I'm going to tell them like it is.
True. You know what's... No, true. You need to, like, no, I was going to make a joke because I was like, I think it's just funny that like people in Texas think one thing, but I'm like, do drag queens even like children?
Most don't.
Like,
most don't.
No.
Most do not. I have heard quite a few drag queens talk about their loathing for children.
Girl, but that sounds so exciting. It's gonna be great to that you kind of get to foster that a little bit.
Right? I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what they come up with. It's gonna be really cute. It's gonna be really, really cute.
It's always, yeah. I love going to like that and like competitions like that because you get to see like people just try. Like
exactly, yeah.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, if they're doing it, they're probably gonna be at least decent. And if they're not, it's gonna be funny. And you tell them like how you can get better, and then they'll come back even stronger.
Exactly. Like competitions, while like there are quite a lot of them in Chicago, and I kind of wish there was a few more open stages for new performers, so they can just like try to do stuff without being in that pressure.
That's kind of the consensus of what everyone thinks competition are. I kind of feel the same way, where it's like, come on, like.
Yeah, it's just like competitions are good because like it does put pressure on you, so like you are like kind of how like it takes pressure to make a diamond, like putting a little pressure on does like force you to make stuff really really like put in some like hard work. But like there should also be some time where like you can just try stuff something out, where like it's okay, it's not a big deal. The thing is, at the end of the day, like nothing's really like, no one's gonna go at the end of drag competition and hate you if you do a bad job. Or even if like, and the thing is, if you're doing a competition, like I feel like no one does as bad as they think they're gonna do, usually. And you can always spot, there always can be, like you said, pressure coming, diamonds coming out of pressure. And so thank you. Thank you.
Say your socials, bring them out for
us. You can follow me Instagram and Twitter at DragMeStephanie. I'm also on TikTok, DragMeStephanie. And that's also Venmo and Cash App is also
Did y'all hear that?
DragMeStephanie.
Say it one more time for them.
DragMeStephanie. And I will. Yep. And I will drag you.
Love that. love that. What? Okay, now I have one more question. What has been... So do you ever do roast or like...
I was gonna do a roast for Freshman 15. I was like invited to go do that, but Freshman 15, a competition that happened here. But I decided to step out because like that same night I was doing some other gigs, whatever. I really wanted to. I really really liked writing a few roast jokes, but yeah.
Okay, well. Catch Stephanie on all of their social medias and catch me at Skylar Badu everywhere or A Little Bit Petty Podcast. Thank y'all so much for listening or watching. We cannot wait to see you next time. Bye. Wait, let's touch the pool. Bye,
a little ASMR.
Yeah, this is actually going to be at like the end of the podcast where like it starts to fade out. Bye, y'all, for real.
Thanks for listening to A Little Bit Petty. We really appreciate you coming out. Love ya.
Bye. Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.
That was...